Hello, 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 guys. Maximillionaire here. I just wanted to pop in and cover a topic which, like some people say, we're not telling you anything you already didn't know, but I want to go by the numbers here. Recently, Donald Trump brought out the fact that he doesn't feel he's getting a fair shake in the courts, and he's getting all these rulings against him. So I kind of wanted to check because I've been kind of keeping track of these rulings and who these judges are, even though the you know the liberal or mainstream media isn't really telling you exactly who these judges are that are making these rulings. They're just saying, oh, a judge out of this district court or this judge or that judge. They're not saying who appointed these judges. So what I want to show you is a recent article here. I'll bring that up here. There was a recent article in the Washington Post, and it basically says that the federal courts have ruled against the Trump administration at least 65 times, and it lists all the different things. And recently, Chief Justice Roberts said there's no such thing as Obama judges and Trump judges and things like that. He said, quote, "We do not have Obama judges or Trump judges, Bush judges or Clinton judges." And of course, that absolutely is not true, because otherwise, why would lawyers go judge shopping? Why do so many of these rulings come out of the Ninth Circuit? Why are but let's take a look. Let's take a look exactly what some of these things are here. Okay. This is just under the miscellaneous category. First of all, we'll start with that. And I just listed the judges, and I didn't want to reference all the cases. Some of these are groups into categories. Some of these judges have made more than one ruling in a certain category against the Trump administration, and I tried to leave out duplicates within the same category, but you'll see duplicates in other categories. So this one is Judge Naomi Bushwald, okay? And she ruled against the Trump administration, and she was appointed by Bill Clinton. The next one is Judge Ketanji Brown. She ruled against the Trump administration. And I'm trying to get it to come up here. She was appointed by Barack Obama. The next one, Randolph Moss. And Randolph Moss was appointed by Barack Obama again. Next one is Timothy Kelly. Timothy Kelly was nominated by Donald Trump. Now, this is the only Trump-appointed judge that ruled against Donald Trump. This was in the case of the press pass for CNN in the White House, and it was purely a ruling about, that they didn't follow the proper procedures. Okay, so that was a simple ruling. Anybody would have had to rule the same way. The next one is Tanya Chutkan. And Tanya was appointed by, again, Barack Obama. Okay, so those are the miscellaneous ones. Close that out. Next group. Okay, get these to go here. Come on. The next one is under U.S. citizenship. Okay, this has to do with things such as the census and stuff. So first judge that ruled against him was George Hazel. He was appointed by, oh, surprise, Barack Obama again. Next one is Jesse M. Furman. Oh, he was appointed by, oh, Barack Obama. Next one is Richard Seaborg. He was appointed by, oh, Barack Obama. Again, surprise, surprise. Okay, that's that category. So then, next category would be DACA. Okay, DACA, they had several rulings. First judge, Jeffrey T. Miller. He was appointed by, Bill Clinton. Okay. Next one, William Haskell Alsup. Oh, a Bill Clinton appointee. Are we seeing a trend here? Nicholas Garfus. Bill Clinton. Another one. John Bates was appointed by George Bush. So this is one of the few that was appointed by a conservative. So that makes two so far. So then we go out of DACA. Now let's go to the next category, which is sanctuary cities. There were several rulings in sanctuary cities. Sometimes in these categories, a judge ruled more than once against the Trump administration. Like I said, I'm leaving out those separate ones. So William Orrick, was appointed by Barack Obama. Manuel Real was appointed by Lyndon B. Johnson, another Democrat. Then there's Michael Bailson. There's a George Bush. Okay, so there's three. Harry Leinweber, Ronald Reagan, 4. Now let's point out that Ronald Reagan did not appoint, he was not partisan in his appointments. Ronald Reagan actually appointed quite a few liberal judges. He went on qualifications alone, not whether or not you were liberal or conservative necessarily. So then there's Eduardo Ramos, and he was appointed by, Barack Obama. So that's that for that category. Then the next category is transgenders in the military. Come on. There we go. First judge that ruled against the Trump administration was William Orrick III. He was appointed by, Barack Obama. Manuel Real, appointed by Lyndon Johnson. He was one that was in the last category that ruled against Trump. Then Michael Bailson. There's another George Bush. That makes 5. Henry Leinweber was a Ronald Reagan appointee, so there's 6. Eduardo Ramos was Barack Obama. Okay, we'll kill that category. Then the next category is under health care. These are all the ones that ruled against Trump under the health care programs. And again, you can go to the Washington Post article. I've put a link in the description below, and you can verify who these judges are in all these cases. Okay, so the first one's Thomas Rice, and he was a Barack Obama appointee. Then there was Catherine C. Blake, and she is a Bill Clinton appointee. She did several, she's got like 3 or 4 rulings against Barack Obama. Ketanji Brown Jackson, appointed by Barack Obama. She also has several cases where she's ruled against the Trump administration. Then we got John C. Kugenhauer, appointed by Ronald Reagan. Okay, so that's 7. Naomi Rice Bushwald, Bill Clinton. Then we've got, this one is a judge that I could not find the appointment. Um, just said she was appointed as a magistrate. It's Yuli Yim. She is noted as being a liberal judge, though. She is in the liberal vein, so, but it doesn't show who appointed. I don't know if she was appointed by other judges. Sometimes that happens in certain areas. Then we've got Haywood Gilliam, was appointed by, Barack Obama. He's also got 3 or 4 judgments against the Trump administration. Then we've got Wendy Beetlestone, was appointed by, Barack Obama. Then we've got James Boasberg, and he was appointed by, guess who again? Barack Obama. So then let's go to the next category. This category is on immigration. These are the rulings that the Trump administration had ruled against him on the immigration issues. First one is James Robart. He was a George Bush. Okay. Then there was Derek Watson. He is Barack Obama. Theodore Twang. He is appointed by Barack Obama. James Boasberg. He was appointed by, Barack Obama. Next one is Tanya Chutkan. She was appointed by Barack Obama. Next one is Dana Sabra. He's George Bush. That makes 8. Then we've got Denise J. Casper. Was appointed by Barack Obama. Edward M. Chen was appointed by Barack Obama. George Hazel was appointed by Barack Obama. William Francis Kuntz was appointed by Barack Obama. Emmett G. Sullivan was appointed by Bill Clinton. John S. Tiger was appointed by Barack Obama. Are we seeing the trend here? I mean, we're talking 85% are justices that were appointed by Democrats. Then here is the category of, I believe it is healthcare. And we've got Richard Seaborg, was appointed by Barack Obama. Jesse M. Furman. Now, some of these cases were panel cases, so they were either by 2 or 3 people did the ruling. So I pulled up each person that did the ruling. Jesse M. Furman was appointed by Barack Obama. George J. Hazel was appointed by Barack Obama. Elizabeth Laporte was appointed by okay, this one doesn't say. She's the second one that it doesn't really say. Again, she was appointed probably from another group of lawyers. Also looked her up, and she's also considered a liberal judge. So then there is Catherine Blake. Catherine Blake was appointed by Bill Clinton. Then there was Vince Chabria. He was appointed by Barack Obama. Jeffrey White was appointed by George Bush. That makes 9. Hayward Gilliam was appointed by Barack Obama. Got a few more here, and then we're almost done with the list. Like I said, this is for 65 cases where they ruled against Trump. So Rosemary S. Pooler was appointed by Bill Clinton. David S. Tattle was appointed by Bill Clinton. Robert L. Wilkins ruled against, again, Barack Obama. Stephanie Thacker, another person that ruled against the Trump administration, appointed by Barack Obama. William Byrd Traxler Jr. was appointed by Bill Clinton. Roger Gregory, appointed by Bill Clinton. Jed S. Rakoff was appointed by Bill Clinton. Jacqueline Nguyen, appointed by Barack Obama. David C. Norton was appointed by George H.W. Bush. There's 10. Robert L. Wilkins, appointed by Barack Obama. Karen L. Henderson was appointed by George H.W. Bush. There's 11. Dana L. Christensen was appointed by Barack Obama. Just a couple more left. Brian Morris was appointed by Barack Obama. John C. Kugenhauer was appointed by Ronald Reagan. And finally, the last one is James A. Wynne Jr., appointed by Barack Obama. So basically, we've got like 12 judges out of about 75 were appointed by conservative presidents. And so we're talking something like 85%. 85% of these judges that have ruled against the Trump administration are either Barack Obama or Bill Clinton appointees, with one other one being a Lyndon Johnson appointee. So I'm not sure how anybody can say that these judges were being totally nonpartisan and simply upholding the law. A lot of times these cases, they were overturning changes in policy that were made by executive order by Barack Obama and then being changed by executive order by Donald Trump. And they basically said, oh, well, the executive order that Barack Obama made can't be changed. That for some reason, Barack Obama can make it, but Donald Trump can't undo it, which makes absolutely no sense at all. Another thing that might be pointed out is that Barack Obama appointed over 19% of his appointees that got confirmed were African American. And that's just the African American. I believe the number was about 33% of minorities that were appointed. So, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's certainly a lot larger than the percentage of the population of lawyers that are out there. So you were certainly more likely to get a federal appointment by Barack Obama if you were some sort of minority than you were to get appointed by Barack Obama if you were white. So, I mean, maybe that was just trying to, quote unquote, balance out an unbalanced judiciary. Not exactly sure, but, you know, over and over and over, you see that these Barack Obama appointees, and there was over 50% of these that we just looked through were Barack Obama appointees. So Just reading the comments now. Yeah, the one of the issues about the whole judicial appointment thing is the fact that when conservative presidents make judicial appointments, they are typically known to nominate uh, conservative judges that will use what do they call it? Judicial prudence, not prudence. But basically, they give deference to to the law, and the other side, the liberal presidents tend to appoint judicial activists that legislate from the bench rather than just interpret the law, and that's a big problem. Um Rika says, "Nice straw man." Are you referring to the fact that most of these judges that are ruling against Trump are are liberal appointed judges? That's a straw man argument, or were you referring to something else? I'm not exactly sure. Uh, Trump isn't a conservative. No, he's not a traditional conservative. Absolutely not. And I don't necessarily lean one way or the other as far as judicial uh, their jurisprudence goes, because I've got problem with conservative judges and their rulings, especially when it comes to government powers and police powers, and I've got problems with liberal judges and far as some of their legislating from the bench and doing activist work from the bench and those sorts of things. So I've got problems with both sides of the judges, um, and I think somebody um, that's more in the middle of the road. I think technically speaking, I think all judges should be for civil rights. They should be not Republican or Democrat, but they should be. Oh, now I brain fart. Can't even think of the word. Libertarian. All judges should be libertarians, I believe. That would be a far better way to run the judiciary. They should be for civil rights of all people. They should be for minimal government and minimal government intrusion. Um, and that's what I'd like to see. But as long as we've got this system set up where ever since Bork, it's become increasingly political, and it didn't used to be this way so much. In the all the way up through into the 70s and even in the 80s, it was not a very political decision for these court appointments, and not very many of them were there big fights about. And now we're seeing fights over just about every single nomination. It's just getting ridiculous. So, uh, what do you guys think? Is this part of the resist movement? I mean, is this payback to the Democrats and to Barack Obama for putting them in positions of power to defend Barack Obama's legacy and his executive orders and things like that? Or are these judges just being following the law? Are they just given the rulings, and anybody would have ruled against Trump in these same situations, even though higher courts and the Supreme Court are overturning many of these decisions? All judges should be your flavor of statism. Imagine when the other true believers claim the same thing. Well, I know, Rika, you're not for statism or government, but you know, I think it's a necessary evil to have, unfortunately. Um, Kagan was asked in her hearing whether the government has the power to control what we eat, and she refused to answer. Yeah, that's the problem that I've got with a lot of the liberal justices is they want to control uh, all sorts of things, what they deem hate speech or um, things with the uh, environment. There's things like that. Um, yes, definitely slippery slopes. Constitutional self-governance, that works the best, I believe. But so I just wanted, I just wanted to show these actual judges and the actual numbers because this is something that's not being reported out in the media. They are not showing us who these judges are that are making these claims that are or making these rulings, I should say. They're I think they're purposefully leaving that out. And I think we need to see who exactly is doing it because I think there might be a why behind it. Yes, Froggy, there is no such thing as hate speech, only speech, because there is also no legal definition of hate speech. And the problem would be is people defining hate speech could define it in just about any way they so choose, which would definitely infringe upon free speech. So anyway, this was some things to think about, some things to see, and pay attention in the future when these rulings come out. Take a look at the judges and see who appointed them to see what kind of judges they are. And keep that in mind when when you're thinking about these kind of political things and what's going on. So, thank you guys for all joining me here today. I appreciate it greatly and have a great rest of your day.